Hello, my friends from the Co-Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist and beyond. We gather in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
We're enjoying a beautiful day here. I'm out on the patio. It's just behind the rectory. I don't invite you here because I like to keep this private little space where nobody can find me. But at least today you can see it. Beautiful flowers, wonderful place to enjoy friends and family and with good food and spirits and all of those wonderful signs of lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. But now we're breaching right into fall. And with that, we have a couple of activities that are so precious to our community. Scott is here with the Beanbag Tournament, and Chris is here with Seeds of Wisdom Benefit Dinner. So they're going to talk about that and help us know the need for joy and participation in both of them, but they have a different mission. And also, the last time I was with you on a video, I was talking about volunteerism. So we need volunteers, or we need you just to show up with a big heart of enjoyment and kind of finding our way. So Scott, how long have we had the Beanbag Tournament?
This is going to be our 8th year. Should be our 10th, but we had 2 years of COVID in there. So yeah, 10 years.
So the mission, it's not a fundraiser, but what is it?
So this is, you're right, it's not a fundraiser, but it's a great way for the community, our church community, and really anybody in the community can show up. But it's a way to just gather and be together. So often we go to church together, but we don't know faces, and this is another way for us to connect and recognize each other and have a little friendly competition outside of our regular community.
I was meeting with a lovely couple very recently, preparing for marriage. They're getting married in November 2025. And so we're chatting, and they come to the church and the community, and they said, we sat behind, I think, Scott and Liza. And they told us about the beanbag. So last year we were in the Beanbag Tournament. This is a treasure for a pastor's heart. They met somebody, then they got involved in the beanbag, and then they met other people. And this is that connectivity that we're always looking for and that we need. And you have sponsors that we're going to demonstrate on video.
There will be an image of all our sponsors, but they're what make the event work. We give prizes, so the sponsors will donate cash, or we have all kinds of restaurant-type prizes for the bracket winners. It's really fun. It gives a little meaning into the competition.
Beautiful. Are you competitive?
Just a little.
Oh, just a little. Yeah. We'll ask his kids about that. Maybe we should ask Jeff, his brother, because I remember I met them both a long time ago. I always kind of sense the spirit of competition there between the two of them. So, Chris, Seeds of Wisdom, you recently became the president of the board.
I did, and it's my first involvement with Seeds of Wisdom. I think each year I would send my check, but not be there. This year I'm going to be there.
That's wonderful.
And just spending the part of this year already, the dedication and the spirit of the people that have been working on this for a long time within the parish, it's very contagious. I was kind of reluctant, and it was one of those things that I had somebody who was very persuasive, and
part of my job,
and ultimately found that that's what God was calling me to do, and I'm glad He did.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Seeds of Wisdom, we're educating 400 children in Africa. We built a school in South Sudan, and the war broke out again, a civil war, after they became the youngest country in the world. So now in camps, refugee camps in Uganda, Arua, Uganda, is where we have 6 different camps, and our teachers educating these students. So this benefit dinner is for that purpose, because we need operational monies. Many of you were very generous last year when we asked you for the boarding school tuition, and that has been marvelous and an exceptional gift. Now we have to keep it going with George, our administrator, and the teachers. So you have a live auction and a silent auction.
We do. We have a live auction. We have a silent auction. We have a fund the need portion of the banquet dinner. We get the support through prayers from people all throughout the whole year, and we are incredibly grateful for that. But when the community comes together once a year for this fundraiser, it's what really makes it happen. It's what allows us to do the things we're looking to do. And if you've been following the bulletin, we've had Seeds of Wisdom Corner, the stories from the different children that are students there. And it's hard for it not to touch your heart, and it certainly has for our whole community. But this is our big event for that.
So there is a dinner.
There is a dinner, and then there's the live auction. There's a silent auction. A little speakers. We've got some singers from Josephine Bakita, which is entertaining for everybody. So it's a good night. Starts at 6. It's done by about 8:20, 8:30 on Sunday night, October 6th. So it's
And what's important about that is we try the board to keep this so that it 6 to 8:20, 8:30. So it's not too long. Coming at 6, you can take a look at the things for the silent auction. And then October 6th is the date, and the date for the beanbag?
Is Sunday, September 22nd, 3 p.m. And similar, we're trying to keep it short, so people are, it's only a few hours, and you're done by 6 o'clock. So, it's really a short event.
So, Scott, you are involved in other things, and you've been involved in many things here with Liza, your wife, and your children. We're always grateful. What does this kind of volunteerism, what does this do about your relationship with Christ or your way to belong to this Catholic community?
So for me, I always feel like I need to live my faith. So I'm always feel like I got to be in motion, right? There's my private faith, but this is a way to try to build that community. I feel like by connecting with others through our community, I'm kind of extending that sort of Christ-like image for others. So that's what kind of drives me is the motion, living the faith.
Yeah, because Scott and Liza also help with Focus, which is our couples preparing for marriage. We have several different couples. What's that like for you?
Well, that's been good. It's another example where I love to meet people and be able to not just go to church, but recognize faces in the community and then meet them. And that's another way where it isn't just a brief encounter. You sit down with them, they're preparing for marriage, and you get to know these people. And when you see them again, you feel like you kind of have a relationship versus just faces.
Yeah. How many years are you married?
Oh, geez, what is it? 99. So this is 25 years.
Beautiful. I witnessed their marriage, so yeah, been here for a while. So, and also for you, I liked what you said, Chris, in the beginning, that I asked you with the board if you would be interested. It's a big responsibility, and it's many of these people have been 10 years plus, and then you walk in and you know something, but not so much. And then you just said a minute ago that you really have discovered that Christ wants you there, that God really has called you there. What about that?
Yeah, as I said, I was kind of reluctant. I didn't think that in fact, I told you I'm not the right guy for this and convinced me otherwise. But with the support of all the other people that are there, it is just simply amazing and inspiring that there's a relatively small group in the background that runs this through the whole course of the year and has sustained it since way back when. And being a part of that, you can see their faith in action, and that inspires you to put your faith in action as well. I think that's what's been really rewarding for me. And then just seeing that we are doing some good. There's always more to be done. These folks are in great need, but you focus on what you can do. And the group here at St. John's has been doing a great deal for a long, long time. And with the support of the community, we'll be able to continue doing that for a long, long time yet to come.
Because it's surprising, people were inspired by Father John's story. He came here, he was with us 12 years. He's been out in Byron probably about 7 now. So it was really his story that really provoked people who had the kind of desire with Steve and Brenda Dyke, and they took their family there, and other people have visited there. So the board has been really significant and generous with multiple other people, hard workers who create the space and the environment for the silent and live auction and the meal. So it's community building. Both of these things are very supportive of the need we all have. And that need we have is to discover Christ in the humanity and in the presence of others. Yeah, isolation is not the method of Christ in bringing us together for maturity, for development of our faith, and for generosity. It is this stepping out to join others, to have a sense of belonging and a real awareness of this is a purpose greater than ourselves. And both of these, this is a benefit dinner, it's a fundraiser, it's much more than a fundraiser. This is a beautiful way for joy and community, and it strikes the heart of what it means to meet somebody, and I hear, what I love is I hear these stories afterwards saying, maybe it's 6 months later, oh yes, well, I met that person at the beanbag, I met that person at the benefit dinner. And, we can't get tired of taking that risk of stepping out to meet someone and to appreciate the beauty of our Co-Cathedral community. So thank you, Chris, for saying yes after a little persuasion. And Scott, thank you. I have another thing to ask you to do.
Can I?
Oh, off camera, because he's afraid he might say no. No, he told me he's on the pastoral council. He's on the pastoral council. So we're talking about volunteerism. So he was very kind and gracious to me, and because he said, when you ask people, you personally, it's hard to turn you down. As a matter of fact, I can't. So that's why I have another thing to ask him. And I'll do it maybe as soon as the camera is shut down. And I'll let you know on the weekend how it went, how successful I was. Because he says he can't say no to me. Well, we'll see. So thank you for the beautiful way, all of the signs that you demonstrate and really give us and show us by your way to be loving and belonging to this beautiful community. Gracious and loving God, continue to bless our families. I'm especially mindful of those who might be struggling, who have particular needs, a sense of poverty meaning there's a cry in them for healing or for some new life. Mindful of all of the desires of our hearts, we beg a blessing in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Continue to enjoy summer, fall. It's all mixed up.